Many people spend their lives trying to be understood. They explain their choices, they justify their decisions, they defend their character, they argue against rumors, and in doing so, they surrender something precious, their freedom. Consider this carefully. Why do you feel compelled to explain yourself? If you have chosen what is right, then the choice itself is your defense. If your actions are honorable, why must words constantly accompany them? The person who knows the truth about his own conduct does not tremble when others misunderstand him. Yet most people become disturbed the moment they encounter criticism. Someone questions their motives and they rush to explain. Someone disagrees with their decision and they prepare a long defense. Someone misjudges them and they spend days trying to correct the misunderstanding. But what exactly are they trying to control? Not themselves. They are trying to control the opinions of others, and that is a battle no one can win. Remember what belongs to you and what does not. Your judgments belong to you. Your actions belong to you. Your character belongs to you. But the thoughts of another person do not belong to you. Their approval is not yours. Their understanding is not yours. Their interpretation is not yours. The moment you forget this distinction, suffering begins. You become a servant to the minds of strangers. You shape your behavior around their expectations. You spend your energy managing perceptions instead of managing yourself. This is why excessive explanation weakens a person. You hope that if you say enough, explain enough, defend enough, everyone will finally see you correctly. But they may not. And even if they do today, they may misunderstand you tomorrow. Will you spend your entire life chasing their agreement? A wise person understands something different. Being understood is pleasant, but it is not necessary. Living according to reason is necessary. Acting with integrity is necessary. Maintaining self-command is necessary. Everything else is merely preference. Imagine a tree standing on a mountain. It does not explain why it grows where it grows. It does not justify its roots. It does not argue with the wind. It simply stands, strong, silent, unmoved. Such is the person who has learned self-mastery. Their life becomes their explanation. Their conduct speaks louder than any defense. And because they no longer depend on approval, they possess something rare, inner power. Inner power does not come from making others agree with you. It comes from no longer needing them to. This is a difficult lesson because from childhood we are taught to seek acceptance. We learn to adjust ourselves to avoid criticism. We learn to explain our intentions so others will think well of us. We learn to fear disapproval as though it were a real danger. But is another person's opinion truly a threat? Can criticism damage your character? Can misunderstanding take away your virtue? Can gossip alter what is true? Of course not. Only your own choices can do that. This is why the Stoic concerns himself first with his own conduct. He asks, have I acted justly? Have I acted wisely? Have I acted with self-control? If the answer is yes, then he rests peacefully. If the answer is no, then he corrects himself. Notice what is absent from this process. He does not ask, does everyone approve of me? Have I convinced everyone? Do they understand my reasons? Because these questions place his peace in the hands of others, and what belongs to others can never provide security. The person who constantly explains himself is often fighting a hidden fear, the fear of being disliked, the fear of being rejected, the fear of being misunderstood. Yet these fears lose their power when examined closely. Suppose someone forms an unfair opinion of you. What has actually happened? Only this. A thought has appeared in another person's mind. Nothing more. Your character remains untouched. Your values remain untouched. Your responsibilities remain untouched. The event itself is small. What makes it painful is the importance you assign to it. You imagine that their judgment determines your worth. You imagine that misunderstanding must be corrected immediately. You imagine that your peace depends upon their approval. But these are judgments, not facts. And what disturbs us is never events themselves, but our judgments about them. A person may accuse you falsely. One response is panic, another is anger, another is endless explanation. But the Stoic chooses a different path. He asks, is what they say true? If it is true, he learns from it. If it is false, there is nothing to defend. Truth remains true whether believed or not. The sun does not cease to shine because a blind man cannot see it. Likewise, your character does not lose value because someone fails to recognize it. The desire to explain everything comes from insecurity. The ability to remain calm comes from confidence. Confidence in virtue. Confidence in knowing who you are. When a person truly knows himself, he no longer feels compelled to advertise himself. He no longer needs constant recognition. He no longer chases validation from every passing observer. His actions become enough. His conscience becomes enough. His integrity becomes enough. This is why the strongest people are often the quietest, because they understand that truth does not require constant defense. A diamond remains valuable even when buried beneath the earth. A lion remains powerful even when silent. And a wise person remains worthy even when misunderstood. The crowd may demand explanations. The crowd may ask for justification. The crowd may insist that you defend yourself. But wisdom teaches restraint. Not every accusation deserves a response. Not every criticism deserves attention. Not every misunderstanding deserves correction. Sometimes the highest form of strength is simply continuing on your path. Most people cannot understand this. They believe power is found in winning arguments. They believe strength is proven through clever responses. They believe respect comes from having the last word. Yet observe life carefully. How many arguments truly change minds? How many explanations permanently silence critics? How many defenses satisfy those who are determined to misunderstand you? Very few. The person who wishes to dislike you will often ignore your explanations. The person committed to misunderstanding you will twist even your clearest words. And the person who seeks conflict is rarely searching for truth. Why then should you surrender your peace to such people? A traveler does not stop his journey every time a dog barks from the roadside. He continues walking. The barking changes nothing. Likewise, the wise person continues his course even when criticism follows him. He understands that his purpose is not to manage every opinion. His purpose is to live well. This requires discipline, for the urge to explain can be powerful. When someone insults you, you wish to defend yourself. When someone doubts you, you wish to prove them wrong. When someone questions your choices, you wish to justify them. But pause. Ask yourself, am I speaking because it is necessary, or am I speaking because my ego feels threatened? This question reveals much. For often, what we call explanation is merely the ego demanding protection. It wants recognition. It wants approval. It wants reassurance. But the Stoic trains himself to depend upon none of these. He learns to stand upon his own judgment. He learns to draw confidence from his character rather than from applause, and this changes everything. When you stop explaining every decision, you become calmer. When you stop defending every criticism, you become stronger. When you stop seeking permission from others, you become freer. People may not immediately understand you. Let them wonder. People may question your choices. Let them question. People may create stories about your intentions. Let them create stories. Their thoughts belong to them. Your life belongs to you. Do not abandon what is yours in pursuit of what never was. Remember this. The oak tree grows silently. The river flows without announcing itself. The stars shine without demanding admiration. Nature performs its work without explanation, and so should you. Let your actions reveal your values. Let your consistency reveal your character. Let your discipline reveal your strength. Words can persuade for a moment. Actions persuade for a lifetime. Anyone can make promises. Anyone can offer explanations. Anyone can create excuses. but few possess the patience to demonstrate their principles through years of conduct. Be one of those few. Become the person whose life speaks louder than his voice. Become the person whose calmness cannot be shaken by misunderstanding. Become the person who values truth more than approval. Then something remarkable happens. The energy once spent defending yourself becomes available for self-mastery. The time once spent arguing becomes available for growth. The attention once given to critics becomes available for wisdom. And gradually, a quiet confidence emerges. Not arrogance, not pride, but certainty. The certainty that you do not need everyone to understand you. The certainty that you do not need everyone to agree with you. The certainty that your worth is not determined by public opinion. This is freedom, this is strength, this is power. So the next time you feel the urge to explain yourself to everyone around you, remember the lesson. Your task is not to control what others think. Your task is to control yourself. Speak when wisdom requires it. Remain silent when ego demands it. And let your life become your greatest argument. For the less you explain, the more powerful you become.